Good morning. It is Wednesday, February 21st, 10 o'clock. All three county commissioners are here. I ask that you rise for a moment of silence, and then we will pledge to the flag. Thank you. Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. We celebrated a great day yesterday. It was a beautiful day, so let's keep on this positive day, and we'll start with consents and approvals.
We have 24 exonerations for $4,906.17. We have minutes for November the 15th and 22nd and 29th, December the 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, and 28th, January the 3rd and the 10th. Vouchers for General County, 142,719.88, coal severance, 1243.62, 911, 13,639.42, Chestnut Ridge Park, 781.45, Camp Muffley, 7245.10, Mason-Dixon Park, 209.77, Morgantown Industrial TIF, 14,361.02, Recreation Levy, $3,000. Purchasing card vouchers, General County, 112,719.19, 911, I'm sorry, General County, 112,791.91, 911, 177.47, Assessor's valuation, 926.93 for a voucher total of 297,096.57. We have budget revisions for the prosecuting attorney, homeless shelter, additional funds for the warming shelter, contingencies. That's the check for the DOH. We'll put that in contingencies, and then we have those all require state approval, and then we have in-house budget revisions for emergency management and MECA 911. Position vacancies for boards and authorities, the Western Board of Zoning Appeals and the Planning Commission, and fiduciary orders from February 21st, 2018.
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes. At this time, we have introduction of new employees. Carrie?
Good morning, Commissioners. I'd like to introduce to you Leanne Scott. She is a full-time employee that started with our office last week on February the 15th. She's going to be working in our recording and helping us on our probate department.
Move for approval. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Welcome.
Circuit clerk? Oh, good. I have a wall here. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hey, you finally
Morning.
came up
Hey, this
to
is
our side of the
great.
building.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
Good morning. Thank
Morning.
you for letting us be here. I'm, of course, Donna from Jean's office. This is our new employee, Zach Veltri, who will be
Great.
beginning full-time today.
Okay, what you gonna be doing for us, Zach?
Say that one more time.
What are you gonna be doing for us?
I'm doing expungements and gonna learn. I'm gonna start going to court and do a few things. I'm trying to learn everything I can.
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome to the county. We've
Yes.
been hoping you guys would get some help for a while, so I'm glad to
Thank
see you moving.
Yes.
And I don't mean anything by this, but it's nice to have a guy because we've been picking up and carrying and moving and shifting. So
We got to be careful. Yeah.
That's right.
And thanks for coming up here, because we've been going down there. I'm really glad
Please
y'all
come.
can see what Bobby
This is-
and his
this is
staff have done.
gorgeous.
Isn't,
Good morning, how are you?
it's first
Thanks for
class.
standing in front of you. It is lovely.
really is.
It is lovely. You've needed it for a long time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Have a
Okay,
great day.
enjoy. Okay, if we just want to announce Perry Palmer's.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Perry Palmer is, David Myers is going from part-time to full-time court security. May I have a motion on that?
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes. Great. Comments from the public. At this time, is there anyone here who would like to get up and talk and be on tape? Sure, come on down. If you could state your name, your address, and be our guest.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Janice Morris. I'm from 5861 Mason-Dixon Highway in Blacksville. This is Linda Vinton. Your
Linda.
address?
56 48. Mason-Dixon. I was trying to think. That's bad. We have a post office box.
Oh, okay.
As you're aware, we have the privilege of hosting a new ambulance service with a truck stationed in Blacksville. And I work at the health center in Blacksville, and I have been there for 38 years, and the response time from downtown Morgantown to Blacksville and beyond can be 45 minutes or beyond. So we are thrilled that we have an opportunity to host an ambulance out there, and I would urge the county commission to revisit the contract with Mon EMS to allow health team to respond to calls. I have learned that they have a tracking system in all of their trucks so that they can tell where each truck is at any given moment. They are willing to share that technology with the Mon EMS, Jan Care, and Star City, and with 911, so that the dispatch folks can identify which truck is the closest to the situation and dispatch the closest truck to the need. I think that is what's done in Kanawha County, and it just makes sense that the closest truck goes. I just urge you to revisit the contract, which I understand expires later this year. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here who'd like to speak? Seeing none, we will move on with Colleen Kuhn and grants, and we do not have any grants. Okay. Do we have any correspondence?
Yes.
Good.
Two items that came in yesterday. One is the December 2017 and January 2018 financial performance reports from Mountain Line Transit as per the levy agreement for their levy funds.
Okay.
Then we also have a letter from Judge Clauges regarding dates for his forensics class that he holds, just to make you all aware, and then I'll pass this on to Bobby so that he's aware of the parking, because he is requesting that they be allowed to park on the upper deck.
Sure. Thank you.
In regards to correspondence, we had one come in late last week that I forwarded to you. And the only reason I remember is because it was in regards to the amatory service.
I thought we were going to discuss that in work session, but
Okay, all right.
Okay. Any unfinished business?
no.
Okay, moving on to new business. To consider for approval requisition number 4 for the University Town Center, EODD, Special District Excise Tax Revenue Refunding and Improvement Bond Series 2017A Administrative Expense Fund.
Yes, sir. The requisition came in from Municap, who is acting as the reviewing agent for all the documentation as per the TIF agreements. Their invoice is for $2,252.50, and we'll be forwarding that on to United Bank so they can make a check payable to Municap as soon as you approve it.
Could I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second?
Been properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, it does pass. B, consideration of approving a letter of support as requested by Arts Mon for the application to the West Virginia Arts Commission Community Arts Project Support Organizational Developmental Grant. Could I have a motion first, and then we could have discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, now, we have the Honorable Terry Cutright here. Would you like to just get up and speak clarify so everyone knows what's going on?
Sure.
Thank you.
And also, I have today a guest. This is my intern for my company, Amy Loomis.
Hi,
She's
Amy.
a grad student in public administration, so I'm trying to give her as much exposure as I can to community development. I'm here today in lieu of Jack Thompson, who is in a meeting. The organization, Arts Mon, has made the decision to apply for the Culture and History Community Arts Support Project Support Organizational Development Grant. This grant will allow them to, if they receive this grant from Culture and History, will allow them to hire a part-time executive director. I'm pleased to tell you they are more than ready to have some staff. Being their contractor for 2.5 years, I'm just so pleased at the progress the organization has made, and a lot of that could be attributed to Jack and/or a lot of the other board members. But there are several new board members in place, activities, and just energy and excitement. So we are looking for a letter of support from the commission for that grant. The grant we are applying for can be a 3-year grant. The first year, they will pay 75% of the salary and benefits for this art employee. The next year, I believe it's 50%, and the following year, it's 25%. The organization has based the salary at $30,000 and benefits approximately $10,000. So we're just asking for a letter of support from the commission today.
We've moved.
Yeah, did anyone have a discussion? Okay, since it's been properly moved.
I mean, I have it ready. Do you want to read it?
Oh, sure.
Do you want to read it?
Sure. Do you trust me?
Sure.
Thank you. Dear Ms. Hall, this letter expresses the support of the Monongalia County Commission for the project proposed by ArtsMon for the subject funding announcement. We applaud this initiative for its primary goal to stimulate awareness and appreciation of the fine arts by expanding and improving the economic, cultural, and social structures of the greater Morgantown area. ArtsMon facilities partnerships between the business community, citizens, university, and educational institutions, individual artists, and arts organizations to assure outstanding fine arts experiences for the community. ArtsMon represents all of the arts, including visual, literary, and performing. The funding furnished by the Community Arts Project Support Organization Development will provide the means for ArtsMon to employ a part-time executive director to supply operating support for the ongoing artistic and administrative functions. Over the years, ArtsMon has been an important partner with the County Commission in a variety of ways. The leadership provided by the Board of Directors continues to build new audiences for all the arts, making the area arts organization stronger and creating new business connections and opportunities for the community. Therefore, the Monongalia County Commission heartily supports the proposed project by ArtsMon and look forward to what new opportunities for collaboration this may bring. Please feel free to contact the 3 commission members if you have any questions regarding this matter, and all 3 will sign it. Again, any discussion? I have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it passes. Wow, this is an impressive letter. It really is an excellent letter. Sign it right in. We also want to say thank you. We want to go on record. ArtsMon also helps the county commission out when we get our grants. And we have you all who have a little more experience in the area evaluate, and then you come back with recommendations to us, and we do appreciate that. So thank you very much. Do we have any reports from elected officials? Nothing? Okay. Reports from county commissioners. Your turn.
Again, February continues to be as busy as January. Last week, I had my first board meeting with the Milan Park Board, and that went pretty well. On Friday, I had a meeting with the city manager to get updated on the red team meeting, because they had to reschedule the week before when we had the meeting, and it wasn't conducive to my schedule. So he was kind enough to allow some time for us to get together and talk about that. And we talked about a wide range of issues and subjects. This week, obviously, Monday was President's Day. Yesterday we had some grueling BRE hearings. A meeting with Judge Klodges, it was with Judge Klodges, Herschel Mullins, the sheriff's staff, just to discuss one of the issues all the counties have, and which is a big issue to Mon County. It's killing a lot of other counties, is the jail bill issue. We talked about some alternatives for trying to reduce that bill, and I thought it was a very productive meeting. This morning I had a bi-weekly meeting with our IT staff, which went really well. I also got a confirmation yesterday that J.B. McCuskey, the state auditor, will be here on the 7th to do a presentation of his new West Virginia checkbook program. Anybody that wants to look into it, just go to transparencywv.org. And it's pretty impressive. It's in the early stages, but once it's up and running, every dime that's spent in this state, any citizen will be able to go in and see where it was spent, how it was spent, what the funding source came from. So it's pretty impressive, and I appreciate the auditor offering to come. We were at our conference last week, and he said, I'll come anywhere. And we made an offer, and he said, tell me when. And the first date I suggested, he accepted. So we've made offers to the other elected officials, the municipality officials.
But it's going up today.
It's going to,
And,
yeah.
you know, for that meeting, and that will be next Wednesday, or I'm sorry, the 7th at 10:45. So I know, Ben, you asked to know when that meeting was. Tomorrow and the rest of the week, Thursday, I have a teleconference to work on the pro forma for the possible extension building. So we're keeping that, at least the background legwork moving. And Friday, I have a lunch meeting with a group that wants to have an event at the ballpark this spring. So we haven't had our ballpark committee meeting. I'm still waiting for the meeting to be scheduled, but spring's here, and there's already talk about events that are going to happen at the ballpark. So I'm looking forward to that. And then Saturday is the annual Empty Bowls.
Right.
I don't know if you'll be there. I know I'm serving as a host. I know Tom is. So I look forward to that very worthwhile event. And one last thing, and not to hog everything, but it makes yesterday in the paper, I don't know where people really noticed, but there was the update on the Dish Network, and they expect the Clarkburg stations may be offered within up to as short as 90 days. So that's all good news. That's it.
Excellent. Wow. I mean,
There's not much to say,
I
is
know.
there?
That's good, yeah.
This is a
Obvious.
challenge. You say enough, and then
Yes.
they have
And then the
nothing
next
to say.
person.
It's okay. Obviously, the Board of Equalization Review was interesting, and again, that was a very fruitful meeting yesterday. It really was. I mean, having everybody there, our sheriff, the prosecuting attorney, the magistrate Mullins, and Judge Klodges, as well as the 3 county commissioners, all trying, to discuss an item, an issue that is concerned, not usually to most public members, but when you look at what expense it amounts to, it's certainly something that is a killer in a lot of other counties. Friday, there is one event that he failed to mention. There's a Meet the Farmer dinner that's going to be held on Friday evening. So if you have, I believe that's at the waterfront. And of course, Saturday's Empty Bowls has been something that has grown from, it's sort of like Pace in a way, how something like Pace grew out of a mother's love. The Presbyterian Church started this event, and it has outgrown the church, outgrown the next event, and now they're at a place where there will be literally thousands of people lined up on Saturday to eat soup and have a good time. For a good community fellowship, I would urge everybody to come out and attend, and you can purchase tickets online before, so you don't have to stand in line to purchase your tickets.
Thank you.
All yours.
Yeah, I agree with both commissioners. I think it was the first time in my 4 years that all 3 of us had ever sat down with all those parties and the judge. And I had written down it was an exceptional meeting because I believe we came up with 2 options to streamline, and we're going to try and see if we're going to be able to move forward on those. But this was an excellent meeting and a cost savings that I think will be excellent for the community. Tomorrow is the morning at Granville. We will be attending, some of us will be attending the Drive, which is the opioid and drug task force that we will be working on. I also was fortunate to meet with the Main Street Morgantown administration, and I'm going to ask if, with permission of the 2 other commissioners, an idea we both came up with, and I'd like to just see if we could pursue it, was at the end of homecoming parade, since the road is already closed, you'd be allowed me to work with them and with CVB and the city of Morgantown to have a street festival and have it till midnight. So therefore, the road's already closed, so we can try and look at something like that. So if with your support, I'd like to just see if that is a possibility. So we'll work on that. I think it'd be a great joint effort of everyone working together. I do want to thank Senator Clemens, and I have to give a lot of credit to Joe Statler, who set things in motion for Senator Clemens, Senator Beach, and Senator Romano. They immediately got Senate Bill 275 moving. It went in front of the Judicial Committee. It was passed, and then what happened was 2 amendments were put on it, and I thought it was approved, and it was approved, but because the lawyers said it came from 2 different
Sections of code, it's being reviewed, and they're going to try and do it correctly. But it's a movement forward, and that's all about the alcohol tax. It's about also the getting us the information, and then the other part was information about the TIF district, which was from a different code, and that's what put everything. But at least I think they are listening to us and hearing us. Let's see, I do also want to thank, we had a food drive, and it was exceptional. And a lot of times you talk about the youth that doesn't get credit for helping out, but I want to publicly thank Mr. Berry and his AP Human Geography class, the WVU students from the Public Health, Omega Phi Epsilon, honorary, and also Phi Psi. So, I mean, a lot of times these fraternity stars do not get credit, and they are looking for things to do positively right now, and we are more than willing to work with them. So we serviced 180 different families, which turns out to be 720 individual members. And next month we will be having it again, and I do appreciate all the volunteers who've helped there. So as you said, you were correct. This has been a very eventful, long week, and I do appreciate the 2 other commissioners. I really believe we're moving forward on a lot of great ideas, and I'm looking forward to it down the road.
Before we adjourn,
Sure.
Renetta has one more issue.
Oh, go ahead.
I was able to, I don't know if you recall or not, but I had asked you all about in work session about the agreement for services with WVU regarding the $35 transport fee. Do you all recall that? And there was a question about if we raise the fee in July, would this affect this agreement? Well, I got a clarification yesterday from Sarah Harvey at the procurement office. She said that if we go ahead and approve the $35 as is, we can do an addendum that begins in July to this. So we can go ahead and approve this for.
Okay, do I have a motion then? Yeah, that was just to approve the contract we already have, but they have to have it so they can distribute the funding.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I have a motion at this time for the $35?
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that brings up one other issue since the young ladies were here, and I apologize, Ms. Morrison. I want to get a clarification because we did receive a couple letters concerning that, and I'm going to throw it to Renetta. I believe the way the procedure is, could you explain right now?
I don't feel comfortable because I have not gotten into the code to see exactly the correct procedure yet. But
Yes.
we are doing some research on that to see. It's been so long and none of us were
And we've never
involved.
had to, but we are going to look at that. I do know that the WV group has requested from Mon General to be a part of the call-out. Is that the correct words?
Well,
And that's
the
what.
first, it's the first
None
call,
of-
second call, third call.
Yes. So we know that's the first process, and then the second would be looking at the contract, because we've never had more than one group that was able to do it. So we are going through the process, and we do appreciate it, and we agree. The time that has been cut out in the Western is enormous. So we're going to be looking at all that, and I thank you for bringing that to us. Go ahead. Sure.
My understanding is that Mon Health has not replied to the request that the WVU group be added as fourth in line. They have not replied.
In that right now, there is a change, at least somewhat in leadership. That may be the reason. I know that the board met for 5 hours last night.
Oh, okay, good. So, yeah, and that's why, and we have passed that on too. So we will, as soon as we find out, I'm sure Ben will also pass on that information. But we will keep everyone informed on that.
And the word we were looking for is the mutual aid agreement.
Yeah, it's a mutual aid agreement. That was the wording. Yes, go ahead.
On behalf of the folks who live out in the western end, we sincerely appreciate your efforts to have that looked into.
And I think it's the first time we've ever been able to do this, so I think all three of us are trying to move that forward. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Proper move and second, we are adjourned. Thank you.